Yeah.
3, 2, 1, fall.
Oh yeah, so this is the last match, man. I was wondering what was going on with my stream, or recording I should say. Then I quickly realized I have the R key set for the record, so whenever I typed in the chat, I would actually enable and disable it accidentally. Needless to say, I have to find a new key to trigger the record option. But in case you missed anything, I had about maybe 2 to 3 matches recorded, and we were doing a round robin. This is just a closed circuit game. 3 other guys on my friend list that are really good at this game, and like I was saying, man, it's always a good thing to have people that are really good at a particular game that do enjoy playing it, not just competitively, but just for fun as well. Because what can happen, I noticed this, sometimes you're so good you have no patience for anyone that's not as good as you, and so you just become arrogant and condescending, and you forget that you at one point may have been considered a scrub or didn't know how to play the game. So I try not to be like that. I'm really decent in this game, far from a pro, but decent enough to win more than 80% of my matches. 20% that I don't win is usually when I run into guys like this, because they are really top notch. I mean, they clocked in hundreds of hours in this game, and more importantly, they know a lot of techniques and strategies that I'm still developing. So it's been real, man. This guy ChuyQwerty, he's the Gray Knight. He's been on a win streak, just kind of KOing everyone. He had a few close games with LazyJ, who's the Gold Knight. He actually had a decent match with me. I took him out at least once or twice, and then the other ones he just blew me up. But it's fun, man. So enjoy this. I'll give everyone a shout out that played when I upload this video. The game is Brawlhalla. I think the beta is over, and now the game is available on Steam for 20 bucks. And I normally don't say this, but it's definitely worth it. You know, for PC games, I'm a little bit of a stickler. I really don't like to come out my pockets like that, so to speak. But certain games are worth it in terms of the variety, the options that they give, the online play. There's just so much awesomeness going on in this game. These guys are nuts, man. Their strategy is so crazy. If you guys have played, I'm sure you've heard of this, but what's it called? Smash Brothers. Then you pretty much know the concept of this game. It's not too different. You know, you have a dodge option. That's what, you know, when you see them blinking, that's what they're doing. They're dodging attacks. You're given, I think, 2 or 3 jumps. You can, you know, do triple jumps, and it's quite a bit of things that you can do in this game. The number one strategy, aside from knowing what the buttons do and knowing how to control your character, the number one strategy I truly believe is simply playing logically. And I have to say that, especially when you're playing online against multiple people. A lot of people play this game very emotionally. I mean, they are literally trying to seek revenge the entire match if you KO them. That's not how you're going to win. You have to be smart. You know, it could be that someone knocked you out in the very beginning, right? And you may not be able to get them back until later on in the match. And you'll just have to do your part. Wow, that guy won again. Sheesh. ChuyQwerty. Well, that's it, man. I'll explain what I was saying a little bit, but let me hop out of this room before we do that. Alrighty, so I'm done. Let me alright, cool. Yeah, let me exit the game. So yeah, what I was saying was that a lot of people play this game emotionally. Here's what I realized. You might be very upset at someone that took you out, right? Maybe they blindsided you, or they hit you from behind when you weren't paying attention, or trying to attack someone else. It's never good to try to seek revenge and chase that particular player or character for the rest of the match. I see this quite too often online. Because what can happen, and what usually does happen, that person will avoid you because they're very strategic. You know, if they caught you blindsided, then they knew what they were doing to begin with, so they're going to avoid you as you chase them all around and get hit and knocked all around by the other players. Then when your life gets low enough, they'll just knock you out again, and it's just going to be a rinse and repeat. You're going to get more emotional, more upset, more vindictive, and they'll just keep taking advantage of you. So that's one thing that I highly recommend. Do not play this game, or really any game, emotionally. You have to be smart, you have to be logical and strategic. I mean, there were times things happened to me and I thought it was just insane, like the hitbox on certain characters. You know, it just didn't make sense to me, but I played it cool. I mean, I remember there was this one guy, he had like, what was it, like 8, and all, you know, we all had like 0, some people had -1 or 2, and I came around and won that match. Why? Because I did not go crazy focusing just on that one guy. Took out whoever I could take out, and then when I get a chance, I took out the top guy. You know, I made sure that he wasn't in the lead, and at the end, I just kind of edged him out. So that's really how the game should be played strategically. You have to pay attention to the scoreboard, what's happening, try to get double KOs, triple KOs. All of these things matter in the online free-for-all. When you're playing one-on-one, that's an entirely different game, which I can't even break down right now because there's too many variables depending on the skill level, etc. Anyway, I don't want to talk your ears off. I'll probably save that for another game or another episode. Just glad that I was able to record these guys, man. Shout out to Lazy. Shout out to ChuyQwerty. Hope I'm saying your name correctly. Shout out to Blaze and Tim. You guys definitely held it down. Even though we all lost to Chewy, hey, man, I still had a great time. Catch you guys later. David Gamma, repping SygacityGamers. I'm out. Peace.